Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sound was in Prabhuji, in sound. Hare Krishna.
In Prabhu?
The sound was in Prabhuji.
మంచి లేదా ప్రభు? ఓ ఓకే, బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వస్తుంది.
హరే కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే రామ హరే రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ హరే రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే 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 కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే 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 కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ రామ హరే హరే हरे कृष्ण
हरे
कृष्ण
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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवकापि गौरभक्त वृंदा, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, राम राम हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे
हरे
राम
हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे
हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे
हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 राम हरे राम कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे हरे
नमस्ते सरस्वती
हरे राम हरे
हरे कृष्ण
हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव साति गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Deepa Mataji, Dana Pranam. Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhu, Akincham Priya Prabhu, Mataji Raju Prabhu, Sapan Kumar Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Salve Shishla
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
Tanpura is defeating your voice for me.
అవునా బంద్ చేస్తున్నాను ఓవర్ పవర్స్ హరే కృష్ణ సరే దండవత్ ప్రణామం హరే కృష్ణ లలిత్ మోహన్ ప్రభు అకించం ప్రియ ప్రభు సమిత్త మాతయ్య రాజు ప్రభు సపన్ కుమార్ ప్రభు దీప మాతయ్య లావణ్య వాళ్ళ సిస్టర్ ఇంట్లో ఉన్నారు మాతయ్య మీరు చేయండి మాతయ్య ఓకేనా యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్
ఒక నిమిషం నిన్న ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసాను చూసుకుంటా
సిస్టమ్ లేదా
అని చూస్తున్నాను
హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే రామ
ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజనాశలాకయా చక్షురున్మిలితం येन తస్మై శ్రీగురవే నమః श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे One second, Prabhuji.
యా మాతాజీ నేను లాగ్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోతున్నా మాతాజీ ఐ
Okay,
కంటిన్యూ
Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just see, this pigeon is like a messenger of death. The shrieks of the owls and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe. Just see how the smoke encircles the sky. It appears that the earth and mountains are throbbing. Just hear the cloudless thunder and see the bolts from the blue. The wind blows violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters. The rays of the sun are declining and the stars appear to be fighting amongst themselves. Confused living entities appear to be ablaze and weeping. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and the mind are all perturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire. What is this extraordinary time? What is going to happen? Hare Krishna. Seventh Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The calves do not suck the teats of the cows, nor do the cows give milk. They are standing, crying, tears in their eyes, and the bulls take no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. The deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem about to leave. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitages are now devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. I do not know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. I think that all these earthly disturbances indicate some greater loss to the good fortune of the world. The world was fortunate to have been marked with the footprints of the lotus feet of the Lord. These signs indicate that this will no longer be. O Brahmana Saunaka, while Maharaja Yudhishthira, observing the inauspicious signs of the earth at that time, was thus thinking to himself, Arjuna came back from the city of the Yadus Dwaraka.
I just wanted to stop here, Mataji. No?
Yes,
Now it has come to the present now again, where this shloka is speaking to Shaunaka. Who is speaking to Shaunaka? Suta Goswami. Okay. So Suta and Shaunaka's present has come again now. So the topic is between these two now. What were they speaking? They were speaking about what Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami was, conversation between those two for the 7 days. Okay, now we have come to present in this sloka.
Okay.
So from all those layers of past, again we have come to present. Okay.
Yes.
Everyone understanding, no?
Yes.
Other Prabhujis and Matajis. So suddenly, Brahmana Shaunaka has come. So where is the Shaunaka character? This Shaunaka character is the present character, which is with the Bhagavatam which we are reading right now. This is nothing but a discussion between Suta Goswami and Shaunaka Rishi.
The last.
Okay, Mataji. When he bowed at his feet, the king saw that his dejection was unprecedented. His head was down and tears glided from his lotus eyes. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties, the king, remembering the indications of the sage Narada, questioned him in the midst of friends.
Yeah, please continue for 5 verses or until the purport comes.
Okay, Mataji. Maharaja Yudhishthira said, My dear brother, please tell me whether our friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoja, Dashara, Arha, Satvata, Andaka, and the members of the Yadu family are all passing their days in happiness. Is my respectable grandfather Shurasena in a happy mood? And are my maternal uncle Vasudeva and his younger brothers all doing well? His 7 wives headed by Devaki are all sisters. Are they and their sons and daughter-in-laws all happy?
Yeah.
Are Ugrasena, whose son was the mischievous Kamsa, and his younger brother still living? Are Hridika and his son Kritavarma happy? Are Arkura, Jayanta, Gada, Sharana, and Shatrujit all happy? How is Balaram, the personality of Godhead and the protector of devotees? Hastinapura, the capital of the Pandavas, was situated somewhere near present New Delhi, and the kingdom of Ugrasena was situated in Mathura. While returning to Delhi from Dwaraka, Arjuna must have visited the city of Mathura, and therefore the inquiry about the king of Mathura is valid. Amongst various names of relatives, the name of Rama or Balarama, elder brother of Lord Krishna, is added with the words the personality of Godhead, because Lord Balarama is the immediate expansion of Vishnu Tattva as Prakasha Vigraha of Lord Krishna. The Supreme Lord, although one without a second, expands himself as many other living beings. The Vishnu Tattva living beings are expansions of the Supreme Lord, and all of them are qualitatively and quantitatively equal with the Lord. But expansions of the Jiva Shakti, the category of the ordinary living beings, are not at all equal with the Lord. One who considers the Jiva Shakti and the Vishnu Tattva to be on an equal level is considered a condemned soul of the world. Sri Rama or Balarama is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. Baladeva acts as the spiritual master of all devotees, and by his causeless mercy, the fallen souls are delivered. Sri Baladeva appeared as Sri Nityananda Prabhu during the advent of Lord Chaitanya. The great Lord Nityananda Prabhu exhibited his causeless mercy by delivering a pair of extremely fallen souls, namely Jagai and Madai. Therefore, it is particularly mentioned herein that Balarama is the protector of the devotees of the Lord. By his divine grace, only one can approach the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And thus, Sri Balarama is the mercy incarnation of the Lord. manifested as a spiritual master, the savior of the pure devotees. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Lavanya Mataji, చదవగలరా?
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. How is Pradyumna, the great general of Vrishnik family, is he happy? And is Aniruddha, the plenary expansion of the personality of Godhead, faring well? Purport. Pradyumna and Aniruddha are also expansions of the personality of Godhead, and thus they are also Vishnu Tattva. At Dwaraka, Lord Vasudeva is engaged in his transcendental pastimes along with his plenary expansions, namely Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And therefore, each and every one of them can be addressed as the personality of Godhead, as it is mentioned in connection with the name Aniruddha. Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Lalit Mohan Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Translation. Are all the chieftains son of Lord Krishna, such as Sushena, Charudishna, Samba, the son of Jambavati, and Rashabha, along with their sons, are all doing well? Purport by His Majesty. As already mentioned, Lord Krishna married 16,108 wives, and each of them had 10 sons. Therefore, 16,108 into 10 equals to 161,080 sons. They all grew up, and each of them had as many sons as their father. And the whole aggregate was something near 16,10,800 family members of the Lord. The Lord is the father of all living beings, who are countless in number. Therefore, only a few of them are called to associate with the Lord in his transcendental pastimes as the Lord of Dwaraka on this earth. It is not astonishing that the Lord maintained a visible family consisting of so many members. It is better to refrain from comparing the Lord's portion to ours. And it becomes a simple truth as soon as we understand at least a partial calculation of Lord's transcendental position. King Yudhishthira, while inquiring about the Lord's sons and grandsons at Dwaraka, mentioned only the chieftains among them, for it was impossible for him to remember all the names of Lord's family members. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Sapan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Also, Srutadeva, Uddhava, and others, Nanda, Sunanda, and other leaders of liberated souls who are constant companions of the Lord are protected by Lord Brahma and Krishna. Are they all doing well in their respective functions? Do they, who are all eternally bound in friendship with us, remember our welfare? Purport. The constant companions of Lord Krishna, such as Uddhava, are all liberated souls, and they descend along with the Lord Krishna to this material world to fulfill the mission of the Lord. The Pandavas are also liberated souls who descended along with Lord Krishna to serve him in his transcendental pastimes on this earth. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord and his eternal associates, who are also liberated souls like the Lord, come down on this earth at certain intervals. The Lord remembers them all, but his associates, although liberated souls, forget due to their being Tatastha Shakti, or marginal potency of the Lord. That is the difference between Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. The Jiva Tattvas are infinitesimal potential particles of the Lord, and therefore they require the protection of the Lord at all times. And to the eternal servitors of the Lord is pleased to give all protection at all times. The liberated souls never therefore think themselves as free as the Lord or as powerful as the Lord, but they always seek the protection of the Lord in all circumstances, both in material world and in the spiritual world. This dependence of the liberated soul is constitutional. For the liberated souls are like sparks of a fire that are able to exhibit the glow of fire along with the fire and not independently. Independently, the glow of sparks is extinguished, although the quality of fire or the glowing is there. Thus, those who give up protection of the Lord and become so-called lords themselves out of spiritual ignorance
come back again to this material world, even after prolonged tapasya of the severest type. That is the verdict of all Vedic literature. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Raja Prabhu, can you read?
Prabhuji, who is Sutadeva? Prabhuji, in the last this one.
Mataji?
Who is Shrutadeva, Prabhuji? Like last, yeah, Shrutadeva. I didn't hear. I myself didn't hear. So can you please explain about him, Prabhuji?
Shrutadeva, also Shrutadeva, Uddhava and others.
Yeah, Shrutadeva.
Shrutadeva, one of the charioteers of Lord Krishna, Mataji. He accompanies Krishna in many times during this, many of the expeditions in front of this, Jarasandha.
Okay. So he had another charioteer, right, Prabhuji? I forgot his name.
Yeah. Means actually not a chariot driver, but accompanies Krishna anytime, every time during the wars and all.
Okay. Like friend, Prabhuji?
No, his relation to Krishna. I don't exactly remember what relation he comes. Right now,
because it's mentioned, right? Especially with Uddhava. That's what I'm asking. What is his position?
No, he's very dear friend of Lord Krishna. His own family member and relative also.
Okay.
I just didn't remember the relation, Mataji. I'm sorry. I will get back to you tomorrow.
No problem, Prabhuji. Actually, I didn't hear. This is my first time, Shrutadeva.
No. While what you say, he accompanies Krishna in many of the wars, Mataji. In that 18-day war of Mahabharata also, he has a lot of big role. But after that, he will retreat. He will go back.
Okay.
Because Krishna wanted him to stay in Dwarka, to take care of Dwarka again. So this Uddhava and all these people, they were left in Dwarka. So, so that they, take care of Dwarka along with his sons.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Raja Prabhu, unnara?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Translation is Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives pleasure to the cows, the senses, and the Brahmanas, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, enjoying the pious assembly at Dwarakapuri, surrounded by his friends. Purport. Here in this particular verse, the Lord is described as a Bhagavan, Govinda, Brahmanya, and Bhaktavachala. He is the Bhagavan Swayam, or the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, full with all appearances, all power, all knowledge, all beauty, all fame, all renunciation. No one is equal to or greater than him. He is the Govinda. He is Govinda because he is the pleasure. He is the pleasure of cows and the senses. Those who have purified their senses by the devotional service of the Lord can render unto him real service and thereby derive transcendental pleasure out of such purified senses. Only the impure condition living being cannot derive any pleasure from the senses, but being illusioned by the false pleasures of the senses. He becomes servant of the senses. Therefore, we need his protection for our own interest. The Lord is the protector of cows and the Brahmanical culture. A society devoid of cow protection and Brahmanical culture is not under the direct protection of the Lord. Just as the prisoners in the jails are not under the protection of the king, but under the protection of a severe agent of the king. Without cow protection and cultivation of the Brahmanical qualities in human society, at least for a section of the members of society, no human civilization can prosper at any length. By Brahmanical culture, the development of a dormant qualities of goodness, namely truthfulness, equanimity, sense control, forbearance, simplicity, general knowledge, transcendental knowledge, and firm faith in the Vedic wisdom, one can become a Brahmana and thus see the Lord as he is. And after surpassing the Brahmanical perfection, one has to become a devotee of the Lord, so that his loving affection in the form of preparator, master, friend, son, and lover can be transcendentally achieved. The stage of a devotee which attracts the transcendental affection of the Lord does not develop unless has developed the qualities of Brahmana. And as above mentioned, the Lord is inclined to the Brahmana of quality and not a false prestige. Those who are less than Brahmana by qualification cannot establish the relationship with the Lord. Just as a fire cannot be kindled from the raw earth unless there is a wood. Although there is a relation between the wood and the earth. Since the Lord is all perfect in himself, there could not be any question of his welfare. And Maharaja Yudhishthira refrained from asking this question. He simply inquired about his residential place, Dwarakapuri, where pious men assemble. The Lord stays only where pious men assemble and takes pleasure in their glorifying the supreme truth. Maharaja Yudhishthira was anxious to know about the pious men and their pious act in the city of Dwaraka. Hare Krishna.
Akinchan Prabhu, are you there? Hare Krishna.
Shall I read Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Sorry, I can't really see the participants' names. అందుకనే time పడుతుంది చూడడానికి.
No worries. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The original personality of Godhead, the enjoyer, the Balrama, the primeval Lord Ananta are staying in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty for the welfare, protection, and general progress of the entire universe. And the members of the Yadu dynasty, being protected by the arms of the Lord, are enjoying life like the residents of the spiritual sky. Purport. As we have discussed many times, the personality of Godhead Vishnu resides within each and every universe in two capacities, namely as the Garbhodayak Vishnu and Kshirodayak Shayi Vishnu. The Kshirodayak Shayi Vishnu has his own planet on the northern top of the universe, and there is a great ocean of milk where the Lord resides on the bed of the Ananta incarnation of Baldeva. Thus, Maharaja Yudhishthira has compared the Yadu dynasty to the ocean of milk, and Sri Balrama to the Ananta where Lord Krishna resides. He has compared the citizens of Dwarka to the liberated inhabitants of the Vaikuntha Lokas. Beyond the material body, beyond the material sky, further than we can see with our eyes and beyond the sevenfold coverings of the universe, there is the casual ocean in which all the universes are floating like footballs, and beyond the casual ocean, there is an unlimited span of spiritual sky, generally known as the effulgence of Brahman. Within the effulgence, there are innumerable spiritual planets, and they are known as the Vaikuntha planets. Each and every Vaikuntha planet is many times bigger than the biggest universe within the material world, and in each of them there are innumerable inhabitants who look exactly like Lord Vishnu. These inhabitants, known as the Maha Paurishikas, are persons directly engaged in the service of the Lord. They are happy in those planets and are without any kind of misery, and they live perpetually in full youthfulness, enjoying life in full bliss and knowledge without fear of death, birth, death, old age or disease, and without the influence of Kala, eternal time. Maharaj Yudhishthira has compared the inhabitants of Dwaraka to the Maha Paurishikas of Vaikuntha Loka because they are so happy with the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are many references to the Vaikuntha Lokas, and they are mentioned there as Madhama, or the kingdom of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Akinchan Prabhu, are you there? Are you in a position to read? Okay, I'll continue. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. simply by administering comforts at the lotus feet of the Lord, which is the most important of all the services. The queens of Dwaraka, headed by Satyabhama, induced the Lord to conquer the demigods. Thus, the queens enjoy things which are prerogatives of the wives of the controllers of Thunderbolt. Puppet. Satyabhama, one of the principal queens of Lord Sri Krishna at Dwarka, after killing Narkasura, Lord Krishna visited the palace of Narkasura accompanied by Satyabhama. He went to Indraloka also with Satyabhama, and she was received by Shachi Devi, who introduced her to the mother of demigods, Aditi. Aditi was very much pleased with Satyabhama, and she blessed her with the benediction of permanent youth as long as Lord Krishna remained on earth. Aditi also took her with her to show her the special prerogatives of the demigods in the heavenly planets. When Satyabhama saw the Parijata flower, she desired to have it in her palace at Dwarka. After that, she came back to Dwarka along with her husband and expressed her willingness to have the Parijata flower at her palace. Satyabhama's palace was especially bedecked with valuable jewels, and even in the hottest season of summer, the inside of the palace remained cool, as if air conditioned. She decorated her palace with various flags heralding the news of her great husband's presence there. Once, along with her husband, she met Draupadi, and she was anxious to be instructed by Draupadi in the ways and means of pleasing her husband. Draupadi was expert in the affair because she kept 5 husbands, the Pandavas, and all were very much pleased with her. On receipt of Draupadi's instructions, she was very much pleased and offered her good wishes and returned to Dwarka. She was the daughter of Satrajit. After the departure of Lord Krishna, when Arjuna visited Dwarka, all the queens, including Satyabhama and Rukmini, lamented for the Lord with great feeling. At the last stage of her life, she left for the forest to undergo severe penance. Samyukta Mataji, you para chautara?
Yes, Mataji. Satyabhama instigated her husband to get the Parijata flower from the heavenly planets, and the Lord got it even by force from the demigods, as a common husband secures things to please his wife. As already explained, the Lord had very little to do with so many wives to carry out their orders like an ordinary man. But because the queens accepted the high quality of devotional service, namely administering the Lord all comforts, the Lord played the part of a faithful and complete husband. No earthly creature can expect to have things from the heavenly kingdom, especially the Parijata flowers, which are simply to be used by the demigods. But due to their becoming the Lord's faithful wives, all of them enjoyed the special prerogatives of the great wives of the denizens of heaven. In other words, since the Lord is the proprietor of everything within his creation, it is not very astonishing for the queens of Dwaraka to have any rare thing from any part of the universe. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The great heroes of the Yadu dynasty, being protected by the arms of Lord Sri Krishna, always remain fearless in every respect. And therefore their feet trample over the Sudharma assembly house, which the best demigods deserved, but which was taken away from them. Purport. Those who are directly servitors of the Lord are protected by the Lord from all fearfulness, and they also enjoy the best of things, even if they are forcibly accumulated. The Lord is equal in behavior to all living beings, but he is partial to his pure devotees, being very affectionate toward them. The city of Dwaraka was flourishing, being enriched with the best of things in the material world. The state assembly house is constructed according to the dignity of the particular state. In the heavenly planets, the state assembly house called Sudharma was deserving of the dignity of the best of the demigods. Such an assembly house is never meant for any state on the globe because the human being on the earth is unable to construct it. However, for a particular state may be materially advanced. But during the time of Lord Krishna's presence on the earth, the members of the Yadu family forcibly brought the celestial assembly house to earth and placed it at Dwaraka. They were able to use such force because they were certain of the indulgence and protection of the Supreme Lord Krishna. In other words, the Lord is provided with the best things in the universe by his pure devotees. Lord Krishna was provided with all kinds of comforts and facilities available within the universe by the members of the Yadu dynasty. And in return, such servitors of the Lord were
Protected and fearless. Lavanya Mataji, unnara?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Second paragraph.
One second. A forgetful conditioned soul is fearful, but a liberated soul is never fearful. Just as a small child, completely dependent on the mercy of the Father, is never fearful of anyone. Fearfulness is a sort of illusion for the living being when he is in slumber and forgetting his eternal relation with the Lord. Since the living being is never to die by his constitution, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.20, then what is the cause of fearfulness? A person may be fearful of a tiger in a dream, but another man who is awake by his side sees no tiger there. The tiger is a myth for both of them, namely the person dreaming and the person awake. Because actually there is no tiger, but the man forgetful of his awakened life is fearful, whereas the man who has not forgotten his position is not at all fearful. Thus, the members of the Yadu dynasty were fully awake in their service to the Lord, and therefore there was no tiger for them to be afraid of at any time. Even if there were a real tiger, the Lord was there to protect them. Yeah, thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Lalkman Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Translation. My brother Arjuna, please tell me whether your health is all right. You appear to have lost your bodily luster. Is this due to others disrespecting and neglecting you because of your long stay at Dwarka? Purport by his divine grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. From all angles of vision, the Maharaja inquired from Arjuna about the welfare of Dwaraka. But he concluded at last that as long as Lord Krishna himself was there, nothing inauspicious could happen. But at the same time, Arjuna appeared to be bereft of his bodily luster, and thus king inquired of his personal welfare and asked so many vital questions. Thank you, Mataji.
Raja Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation. Has someone addressed you with unfriendly words or threatened you, could you not give charity to one who asked, or could not keep your promise to someone? A Kshatriya or a rich man is sometimes visited by persons who are in need of money. When they are asked for a donation, it is the duty of a possessor of wealth to give in charity in consideration of the person, place, and time. If a Kshatriya or rich man fails to comply with this obligation, he must be very sorry for his discrepancy. Similarly, one should not fail to keep his promise to give in charity. These discrepancies are sometimes a cause of despondency, and thus failing, a person becomes subjected to criticism, which might also be the cause of Arjuna's plight. Hare Krishna.
Chandramali Prabhu.
So, Prabhuji, Lalitmal Prabhuji, one day, can I ask one question, Prabhuji? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
One day, Govind Prabhuji from Chowpat Temple, when I use the word donation, so we should not use the donation. We should use the word charity. When you're giving some money to temple or anything. So he's telling that we should not use the donation word. We should use the charity word. Is it? Why?
I don't really know, Prabhuji. I'm sorry. I should go and know the mood. What to say? The real meaning of these two words. Only then I can say, Prabhuji. I cannot say that. Right? Sorry.
Okay. One day I used it to that word donations. So he was told that we should not use that.
Okay. And there might be a very good meaning behind it actually. Donate means something else, and give charity is something else. I guess that's the reason. I too don't know, Prabhuji. I too don't know that. I might also use the same word in front of him and get chastised from him.
Okay.
Sapan Prabhu, are you available to read? Because you sent a message that you're on listening mode. If you're available to read, just unmute and let me know. Akinchan Prabhu, are you there? Okay. Lalitman Prabhu, we can wind up with the reading. We'll start with this reading tomorrow. Can we start Brahma Samhita?
Yes, Mother.
Yes, Prabhuji. Where do we go to?
41 was done yesterday, Mother.
Yes, Jagadananda. Yes, Prabhuji. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41.
Yeah.
Today
42.
it is the next one, Gada.
Yeah. So I will read the three, every line 3 times and whole shloka 3 times. We'll repeat after. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
5.42. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
So where is the split here?
Mata.
Rasat.
Mataya. Okay. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu.
Okay. Yah praninam pratifalam smaratamupetya.
Yah praninam pratifalam smaratamupetya.
Yah praninam pratifalam smaratam upetya.
Yah
Praninam pratifalam smaratamupetya.
Yeah, Chandramani Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Blue dabba.
Okay. Yah praninam pratifalam smaratam upetya.
Yeah,
Yah praninam pratifalam smaratamupetya.
Leelayitena bhuvanani jayatyajashram.
Leelayitena bhuvanani
Jayatyashram.
No, here there is a split actually. Jaya Tyajashram. Okay.
Jayatyajashram.
Jasram.
Leelayitena bhuvanani jayatyajashram.
Leelayitena bhuvanani jasram.
Leelayitena bhuvanani jayatyajashram.
Leelayitena
Bhuvanani
bhuvanani
jayatyajasram.
Okay. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Okay. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu. Yah Praninam Pratifalam Smaratamupetya. Leelayitena Bhuvanani Jayatyajashram. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Will you do it together? All, please.
Yeah.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu. Yah Praninam Pratifalam Smaratamupetya. Leelayitena Bhuvanani Jayatyajashram. Govindamadi Purusham Bhajami.
Yes, Raju Prabhu, can you do it?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shri Brahma Samhita 5.42. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatat Mataya Manasu यः प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्या लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयत्यजस्रं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
ఫస్ట్ లైన్
ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ప్రభుజీ, ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఒకసారి చెప్పండి ప్రభుజీ.
ఆనంద చిన్మయ రసాత్మతయా మనస్సు,
ఆనంద చిన్మయ రసాత్మతయా మనస్సు.
మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయండి.
నేనే చెప్పాను,
మీరే చేయండి.
ఆనంద చిన్మయ రసాత్మతయా మనస్సు.
యాక్చువల్లీ చదువుతుండగా ఎక్కడ పెట్టుకుంటే అర్థమవుతుందా ప్రభు? ఇప్పుడు
ఏం ప్రభుజీ?
చదువుతుండగా ఎక్కడ పెట్టుకొట్టాలి, ఎక్కడ జాయిన్ చేయాలని అర్థమవుతుందా అంటున్నా.
అంటే కంప్లీట్ గా లేదు ప్రభుజీ, కొంచెం కొంచెం అర్థమవుతుంది.
ఓకే ఓకే ప్రభు. I will go to the next 543 now. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Everyone can recite this now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, 543. गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य,
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य.
So where is the joint here?
Dhamni tale.
No, talecha.
Tale.
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य,
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य.
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य,
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य.
देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु,
देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु.
Where is the split?
Da.
मसुतेषु. देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु,
देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु.
देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु,
देवी महेश हरिधा मसुतेषु तेषु.
ते ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन,
ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन.
ते ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन,
ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन.
ते ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन,
ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन.
The whole गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि,
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Now the whole shloka together. गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य, देवी महेश हरिधाम सुतेषु तेषु, ते ते प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन, गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Everyone please do it together.
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य,
देवी महेश हरिधाम सुतेषु तेषु. ते
प्रभाव निचया विहिताश्च येन, गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं भजामि.
ఓకే, రాజప్రభు ఒకసారి చేస్తారా మీరు?
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ. శ్రీ బ్రహ్మ సంహిత 5.43. गोलोकनाम्नि निजताम्नि तले च तस्या, देवी महेश हरिदा मसुतेषु तेषु, देवी महेश हरिदा मसुतेषु तेषु. ते प्रभाव निचया विहिता च येन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. हरे कृष्ण.
Jai Prabhu. Hari Bol. Okay. Akinjan Prabhu, are you there?
Listening mode lo unnattunnaru Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. We'll go to the next one. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. 1 second.
Okay. सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा
सृष्टि
स्थिति
स्थिति
प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा
सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा
सृष्टि स्थिति
प्रलय
प्रलय
साधन शक्ति रेखा
सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा
सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा
छाये वयस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा
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 छाये वयस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा.
So now I will stop here. Okay. The one word which is about to come in this sloka is very, very important and very, very tricky. See, please don't repeat after me, but I will do it 3 times continuously. Please concentrate on this word, last word. Okay. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa. Understood, na? Chachesta. First S and T should come as sh. Shta. Chacheshta te sa. Understood, na? You please practice it now. Let us take it for 10 times. Then we will get it properly. Okay? Please repeat. Please repeat. Else you will not get this. Always, everyone will do a lot of mistakes in this. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa. Many shas are coming at the last. Sa it is, not sha. Okay?
Okay.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa. Some sars are coming, some shas are coming again. Okay. Okay, still let us practice it. It's only 2 times. Now we will practice 5 to 6 more times. Okay. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa. Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshta te sa.
Ichhanurupam apiyasya chacheshtate sa.
Is that okay, or still we will practice?
Yeah, okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadi
पुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन शक्ति रेखा. छाये वयस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपमपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. All together.
सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय साधन
साधन शक्तिरेका वयस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपमपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
రాజప్రభు ఒకసారి చేస్తారా?
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ, చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ.
Yes, Prabhu. Please do it.
శ్రీ బ్రహ్మ సంహిత 5.44. సృష్టి స్థితి ప్రళయ సాధన శక్తి రేఖా ఛాయే వయస్య భువనాని బిభర్తి దుర్గా ఇచ్చా నిరూపమపి మస్య చేష్టతేషా గోవిందమాది పురుషం తమహం భజామి.
థర్డ్ లైన్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చేయండి ప్రభు. లాస్ట్ వర్డ్ బాగానే చేశారు, మిగతా అయిపోయినాయి.
ఇచ్చానురూపమపి మస్య చేష్టతేషా ఇచ్చానురూపమపి మస్య చేష్టతేషా అపియస్య మపి నామపి ఇచ్చానురూపం అపియస్య ఇచ్చానురూపమపియస్య చేష్టతేషా
అంటే వై తర్వాత వై ప్లస్ ఎం పెట్టేస్తున్నారు రోజు, అదొకసారి చూసుకోండి. ఇచ్ఛానురూపమపియస్య అట్లా అన్నమాట.
ఇచ్ఛానురూపమపి మపియస్య యస్య
మళ్ళీ చేయండి.
సృష్టి స్థితి ప్రళయ సాధన శక్తి రేఖా ఛాయే వయస్య భువనాని బిభర్తి దుర్గా ఇచ్ఛానురూపమపి యస్య చ చేష్టతేషా గోవిందమాది పురుషం తమహం భజామి.
ఓకే ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
క్షీరం యథా దధి వికార విశేష యోగాత్
क्षीरं यथा विकार विशेष योगात्
क्षीरं यथा दधि 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 विकार विशेष योगात्
संजायते नहि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतु
संजायते नहि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतु.
So this is joint here. What is that?
संजायते नहि
पृथगस्ति.
पृथगस्ति.
संजायते नहि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतु
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 यः शम्भुतां sorry mother one proposes यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Akinchan Prabhu, will you do it? Can you do it now?
I will try, Prabhu.
I will do it once continuously, then you try. Okay? I will do the whole shloka together once and then you will try. Okay, Prabhu? क्षीरं यथा दधि विकार विशेष योगा संजायते नहि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतु यः शम्भुतामपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Do it wrong.
क्षीरव्यथा दधि विकार विषये योग विशासयोगात् संजायते न हि तथा संजयते न हि तथा पृथग् अस्ति हेतो यं क्षामभूतमपि तथा सम्पैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमहं भजामि.
ఒకటే ఫస్ట్ లైన్ లో కొంచెం తొందరతో ఫస్ట్ లైన్ థర్డ్ లైన్ క్షీరం యథా దధి వికార విశేష యోగాత్
क्षीरं यथा दधि विकार विशसे योगात्
विशेष योगात्
क्षीरं यथा क्षीरं यथा दधि विकार विशेष योगात्
संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो
संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यं क्षामभूताम् अपि तथा समुपैत कार्यात्
లేదు సగం సగం చదువుతాను यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा
यं क्षामभूताम् अपि तथा
విడగొట్టుకోండి ఈ వర్డ్ ని యః శంభుతాం అది శాంభుతాం కాదు శమభూతాం కాదు శంభుతాం శంభు
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा
समुपैति कार्यात् ओके यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यशम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैत कार्यात्
సముపైతి కార్యాత్ ప్రభు ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ప్రభు ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాం సరేనా
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
क्षीरां यथा दधि विकार विशेष योगात् संजयते नाहि तथा प्रतागस्ति हेतो या सम्भुतम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्या गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Second line, Prabhu. Second line.
संजयते नाहि तथा प्रतागस्ति हेतो.
No, it's like this, Prabhu. संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो.
संजायते नाहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो.
Again. संजायते नहि तथा
पृथगस्ति हेतो.
संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो.
संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतो.
Yes, now you're right. Hari.
Anyone else? Can I
yes, bro. Please go ahead.
Brahma Samhita 5.45. क्षीरं यथा दधि विकार विशेष योगात् संजायते नहि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतु यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Third line ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయండి ప్రభు నాతో यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्.
అంతే ప్రభు మీరు ఫస్ట్ అన్నప్పుడు యః శాంభుతాం అని అంటున్నారు యః శంభుతాం సరే
यः शम्भुताम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात्.
అంతే ప్రభు.
Hare Krishna.
So shall we go to the next one or shall we stop it here? What do devotees say?
We'll stop it here, Prabhuji. It's little bit harder. So
Okay. We will practice this again then. It's okay.
Yeah.
We will practice this 4. We have only done 4 today, no? 41, 42, 43, 44, 40. Actually, we have done 5. Okay then.
We are done.
We started from 42, right, Mataji? Or 41?
Deepa Mataji, can you scroll up?
42,
41.
Prabhuji, today.
We are done.
42.
Yesterday we are done 41 and today 42. Starts from
42 to 45. Yeah.
Okay, as you're feeling this hard, we will do this 4 together tomorrow then. Okay?
Yes.
We will not go for 5.
Yes, it's very hard. It's hard, Prabhuji, very hard, this slokas.
Yes. Okay. We will do this 4 for this whole week. Okay? Day and day after tomorrow.
Yes. Day after tomorrow, Saturday, Prabhuji. We don't have call, I think.
Hari go Saturday. Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, tomorrow also we will do this. And if required, Monday also we will do this. No issues, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. And Mataji.
Are we winding up the call?
Yes, Mataji, please go.
Okay. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.